Hello, I'm Urologist Erdem Akkaya. Today the topic I'll talk about is erectile dysfunction, as always. Actually it is about new substances developed for erectile dysfunction. A video I watched the other day encouraged me to prepare this video. It was a good video. In that video, the person is talking about growth hormone releasing peptide 6, one of the drugs used by bodybuilders in the post-cycle period after the use of anabolizers. He said it was good for erectile dysfunction. I made a video about these peptides, growth hormone and IGFs 3 years ago. Studies really say that these are good for erectile dysfunction. But there were not many publications about GHRP6. The study on experimental animals shows that it is good for erection. But here GHRP6 are actually analogues of a hormone called ghrelin, which is secreted strongly from the stomach in case of hunger and induces the feeling of hunger and at the same time leads to the secretion of growth hormone from the brain. These are actually modified forms of this hormone. 677 Malawian quachas, growth hormone releasing peptide 126 and Hexarelin were made from this ghrelin. Actually, this GHRP6 is one of them. When you use it, it causes hyperglycemia because it increases growth hormone. At the same time, publications have shown that it also increases prolactin, cortisol and oxytocin. The most powerful of these is Hexarelin. When used, it can increase sex drive and power by affecting oxytocin receptors such as GHRP6. This group can work through oxytocin receptors. At the same time, this group increases IGF1. What is oxytocin? Oxytocin is one of the neuropeptides in the brain that was discovered in 1950. And it has functions throughout the body. It is a hormone that gives the mother the feeling of motherhood, strengthens social communication, and it has a very important role in the immune system and gastrointestinal system. It is an indispensable hormone. This ghrelin group can work on this hormone. It is also good for erectile dysfunction as it also increases growth hormone and IGF. The studies on this are very limited, only a few. Is IGF1 used in erectile dysfunction? Or is growth hormone used? IGF1 or growth hormone is not indicated for erectile dysfunction. But studies have shown that erectile dysfunction is often increased in the deficiency of both IGF1 and growth hormone. There are two very good publications. One of them is from Turkey. They evaluated patients with and without erectile dysfunction. The IGF1 level of the group with erectile dysfunction was significantly lower than the group without erectile dysfunction. This is actually very important. So someone with erectile dysfunction can also be tested for IGF1. If IGF1 is low, maybe the condition can be improved by using growth hormone. There are many experimental studies on this, but there are no clinical studies. There is also a study on growth hormone. They divided adult patients with growth hormone deficiency into two groups. One group of these patients did not use medication despite having growth deficiency, and the other group used the medication. While erectile dysfunction was much less in the group that received growth hormone treatment, erectile dysfunction was significantly higher in the group that did not receive treatment. Apart from this, there are many non-clinical studies, that is, studies on animals. In fact, the Chinese have two good studies. In one of them, they gave IGF1 gene therapy to mice. They transferred the gene to produce IGF1 with the virus to the penis of the mouse and found that the erectile dysfunction of the mouse improved. They have made a different study as well. We processed the fat around the navel, separate it into stem cells and transplant it into the penis. this is called penile stem cell therapy. It was observed that IGF1 producing cells increased and the amount of IGF increased in the penis of those who received this stem cell treatment. These are both very good, meaningful studies. I honestly did not know that analogues of hormones related to the hormone ghrelin work in the brain via oxytocin. It was a very good study. It also shows that growth hormone and IGF1 levels should be checked in erectile dysfunction. It was a bit boring video, but thank you for listening, best regards.